This was a rematch of the iconic 2022 World Cup semi-final in Qatar, where France also beat Morocco 2-0 in one of the most emotionally charged and celebrated matches of that entire tournament. And Morocco arrived in Boston absolutely determined to make history and become the first African nation ever to reach back-to-back World Cup semi-finals. The Atlas Lions had been one of the genuine stories of this entire tournament. They beat the Netherlands on penalties in the round of 16 in one of the most dramatic matches of the knockout stage. Yassine Bono had been absolutely magnificent in goal throughout, and Walid Regragui's side had shown time and time again at this World Cup that they could compete with and defeat any team on the planet when they were at their organized and disciplined defensive best. France, on the other hand, were the only team at this World Cup to have won all 5 of their matches without needing extra time, scoring 14 goals and conceding just 2 throughout the entire tournament. And with Mbappé level with Messi at 8 goals in the Golden Boot race heading into this quarterfinal, Les Blues were in the form of their lives at exactly the right moment in this competition. The first half was one of the most dramatic and tense opening 45 minutes of the entire 2026 World Cup. France dominated possession completely and created chance after chance after chance, but the truly magnificent Yassine Bono stood like an impenetrable wall between Morocco and what could have been a cricket score, producing save after brilliant save, including 3 stops in the opening period that kept Morocco very much alive and in this match. And then came the single biggest and most dramatic moment of the entire first half. France were awarded a penalty and up stepped Kylian Mbappé, the French captain, one of the greatest players on the planet, and Bono produced an absolutely stunning save to keep it out and send the Morocco fans inside Boston Stadium into absolute delirium. That was Bono's 3rd World Cup penalty save of the entire tournament, an extraordinary achievement for one of the best goalkeepers at this entire competition. The XG for Morocco in that first half was a staggering low of just 0.04 according to OptaStats, meaning France were completely and utterly dominant. But Bono's heroics and Morocco's incredible defensive organization kept the scores level at 0-0 at halftime. Special mention must also go to the brilliant 18-year-old Aya Bouadi, who became the 2nd youngest player ever to appear in a World Cup quarterfinal and the first ever African player to make 5 World Cup appearances as a teenager. What an extraordinary young talent, and one to watch for years to come. France came out with even more intensity and devastating purpose in the second half, and the breakthrough that had been coming for so long finally arrived in the 60th minute in the most brilliant fashion. A turnover deep in the French attacking third put the ball at the feet of Kylian Mbappé, who drove at the Moroccan defense, sorted his feet out brilliantly just inside the box, looked up and swept his effort into the far corner past a completely helpless Bono, and with that goal Mbappé had scored his 20th career FIFA World Cup goal, matching Lionel Messi's record at the time of scoring and cementing his place among the absolute greatest players in World Cup history. What an absolutely extraordinary milestone for the French captain on the biggest possible stage. And then 6 minutes later, France put this match completely beyond all doubt with one of the most clinical and devastating 1-2 moves you will see at this entire World Cup. Michael Ollis picked the ball up and drove directly at the heart of Morocco's retreating defense. Mbappé played a perfectly weighted 1-2, and Ousmane Dembélé received the return pass and struck it low, hard and unerringly past Bono for his 5th goal of the tournament. And that was that, Morocco's extraordinary World Cup dream was over. France controlled the closing stages completely and brilliantly. Maignan, wearing the captain's armband after Mbappé was substituted in the final minutes, punched away a dangerous Achraf Hakimi free kick with real authority, and the 2-0 scoreline was confirmed at the final whistle to send France into a 3rd consecutive World Cup semi-final. Morocco can leave this World Cup with their heads held incredibly high. Back-to-back quarterfinals as an African nation is a historic achievement that deserves enormous recognition and respect. Bono was one of the players of the tournament, and the Atlas Lions showed the entire world once again that African football belongs on the very biggest stage. But France are simply on another level right now, and with Mbappé scoring his 20th World Cup goal, Dembélé with 5 goals, and the whole team playing with a brilliance and cohesion that no other team at this tournament can match, Les Blues are now the overwhelming favorites to lift the World Cup trophy. France will face the winner of Norway versus England in the semi-finals. And that is going to be one of the most incredible and unmissable matches of this entire 2026 World Cup. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, share this video with all your football-loving friends, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our World Cup content. I will see you in the next one. Let's go!